Think of a moment an infinite amount of time in the future. Does it exist? Potentially, for time goes on forever. Assume you are immortal. Will you actually ever reach a moment where you can say to yourself an infinite amount of time has passed? No, of course not. No matter how much time passes, there will always be a measurable, finite amount of time behind you. That's the crazy thing about infinity. You can never incrementally get to it. Infinity either needs to be given entirely and all at once, or not at all. This property of the infinite has consequences. For example, it proves that time must have had a beginning. Think about it. In our previous example, we proved that we can never get to a moment in the future where we could say that an infinite amount of time has passed. Now, if we assume that there was no beginning to time, that time extends forever into the past, we would be saying that an infinite amount of time has passed. In other words, we would be saying that we are on day infinity. That is an obvious contradiction, for we know that it is impossible for an infinite amount of time to actually pass. To say so would mean that two different moments in time are separated by an infinite amount of time. Infinity, after all, means boundless and unending. This is entirely nonsensical. Anything separated by an actual infinity from something else has no way of relating to it, interacting with it, or existing in a chain of causality. Yet time itself is the rate of change. It is, in a way, the chain of causality. Actual infinity, not potential infinity, breaks time when applied to it. Therefore, time must be actually finite, though it is potentially infinite. We can then say that time must have had a beginning. But this leads us to our next question. If time must have a beginning, what could possibly cause time to start?